This is 10 pounds of tinned food, and this is Sam. Hello. I want to see just how long I'm willing to eat nothing but food out of a can. Oil, seasoning and spices are allowed. Let's begin. I think the most I've had really in terms of tinned fruit is peaches, which I've had in a couple of episodes before, and tinned pineapple, which I've put on pizza and things before. But this, well, if we were in a survival scenario, then at least you can have your fresh fruit for a good couple of years. This particular one doesn't go off until 2027, end of as well, I think. It doesn't look that appetizing. I feel like I'm gonna get slightly more ambitious with this as I go along. Right now, this is just fruit in a jar. I mean, the sugar syrup is sugar syrup for breakfast. Ugh, go on. It tastes better than it looks. I mean, the grapes look like pale, gross, gone off olives, but they taste all right. I think that this is a piece of apple. I can't be sure. Lord knows what's in here. Here I've got what I can only assume is a red grape, and it is very, very red, very, very pink. And it tastes of nothing. I feel like a lot of this, it's an undiscernible fruit flavour. Can't taste the individual fruits really. At the very least, in a survival scenario, all we had was tinned food left. This lasts a couple of years, it's fruit, so it's probably worth stocking up on. Don't want to get scurvy or anything. God, what a way to start this video. Don't want to get scurvy. What are you talking about, Sam? After that breakfast fiasco, that was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty rough. We're gonna have meatballs for lunch. That's right, meatballs in a tin. And I'm gonna have that. I mean, I say I wanted to be a bit more inventive. We're not gonna be quite so inventive yet. I am having spinach. Kind of feel a bit like Popeye. Sadly, I can't squeeze it to eat it. No, not gonna happen. And some carrots. I'm just gonna cook them all to package instructions, which is just all of them say empty contents into a saucepan and heat gently. The carrots would last you until February 2027. So, you know, if an apocalypse happens and you need to live on tinned food for as long as you can, I guess these kind of things give you a couple of years, enough time to rear some chickens yourself to make some meatballs with, and enough time to grow a load of spinach and some carrots and make your own. How do they last so long? It is sliced carrots in water and ascorbic acid. I don't know what ascorbic acid is. Some chicken meatballs here. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like dog food. We've got the spinach. Don't know why you'd buy this in a tin and not just fresh. And then the carrots. And then we just heat this all up, and I think I'm just gonna kind of put it all in here. I'm then going to add some garlic to the spinach and to the carrots. Finish the carrots off with a little bit of dried parsley. I suppose we should quickly ascertain if these meatballs are done. Looks like a little potato. I have some notes. That is a dinner that looks like it came from a tin. My notes, as I said, these chicken meatballs, they're not awful. They're not great, but they're not awful. They just taste like the pork sausages that you get in a tin of baked beans. It's like that very normal tinned meat taste, you know? The spinach is not nice. Kind of wish I didn't mix it all in. It's got that spinachy flavour, but it ain't tasty. It's just a weird texture and consistency. And it's very brown. It's a brown spinach. No. I think I'm gonna eat around the spinach. I'm gonna eat my meatballs. Which honestly, the pork sausage note, they're not awful. They're not good. They're not great. But they're not awful. I do kind of wish I fried them a little bit. Carrots, however, they just taste like nice boiled carrots. This is a depressing day. It's also my birthday this week, and I'm stood here eating tinned food for a silly little YouTube video. What has my life become? I think it's good to know that if the world ended and we only had tinned food to last us, then a pie in a tin exists, and it'll last you about 2 years. I've never had a pie in a tin. I don't know what to expect from a pie in a tin, but we're gonna have a pie in a tin. We've got some new potatoes, which go off in 2027. And I've got some peas. So this looks like it's going to be a really good dinner. I was thinking I might make mashed potato out of this. You can't beat a bit of pie and mash, right? You just can't. I do need to save some potatoes though, because I'm going to have some potatoes for breakfast tomorrow. So we're going to use just over half, I reckon. Moment of truth. What does this look like underneath? I mean, it looks like a pie underneath. What did I think? I think it's raw pastry. It smells nice. It smells like a steak pie. I actually quite like that smell. Maybe tinned pie is the way forward. I'm just gonna mash these 5. We'll put them in a bit more water and just kind of boil them away, and with a bit of salt and a bit of garlic. These ones, I'm gonna dry out completely, and I'm going to grate, and I'm gonna put them in a bowl and I'm gonna leave them for the morning. So watch this space. That actually, a little bit lumpy, but I don't have a ricer. But with some salt and pepper and some garlic. Peas next, which actually look all right inside. Oh, he's getting it all over himself. Just has this really off green colour. Okay, so the pie's out. And it looks and smells great, but what am I meant to do? Do I eat it from this? Looking at all this, I'm actually almost surprised that this came from a tin. Like the peas are probably the tinniest thing here. Like they're nice, but they're ever so verging on mushy peas. Very happy with the mash. Surprisingly come out really well. And it's a crispy top. It didn't rise anywhere near as much as it said it would. It looks fully cooked, flaky pastry. A nice meat sauce, proper actual bits of steak. Tinned pie. I've had better, but I've certainly had worse. It's a bit like wetter in the middle than the crispy top. I don't know if I maybe should have put it in the oven for a little bit longer than it said, but when did raw pastry ever kill you? I don't think it's raw. I don't think it's raw. I hope it's not raw. I'm quite happy with this pie. Might have to try the chicken one next.
The next day.
Look, the inside is so like, it's a different colour to normal beans. It's a bit lighter, isn't it? Those of you who know me might know my love for things like black pudding. Now, I've only had this once, and I guess it's kind of similar, but also kind of not. I don't think when I had it before, I had it from a tin. We're trying this premium haggis from a tin. Premium haggis from a tin. Now, this goes off in January 2027, so it's got a decent shelf life on it. With that, we're having the cheesy baked beans, really nice sort of orange colour, half of them, saving half for later. And then I've got my leftover potato, which I'm going to turn into a hash brown sort of thing, mash it all together into a little patty, fry it up until it's really nice and crispy. I realise I don't have like onion and stuff to go in there. I've got onion granules, so that's kind of the next best thing. Again, it's all just like heat it up on the hob. So I'm going to heat it up on the hob, and you'll see the result in a minute. I don't know what I thought, but the haggis is literally just like fat on the inside. Well, it's certainly not the worst looking meal I've had. It did look a little bit like dog food, the haggis, when I took it out of the tin, but it does look like haggis a bit now. The cheesy beans I'm really excited to try. These are the beans with Cathedral City cheese in them. Those are good. Those are very, very good. They've got that sharp cheddary tanginess to them. We've got to gear up to have the haggis. Right now we'll try my little sort of hash brownie thing. It's fine. The potato's a little bland. I could probably have salted it a little bit more. It doesn't really have the texture of a proper hash brown. And now this, the haggis. I've got nothing to say. I'm just gonna try it. It's very peppery. Definitely not the worst meat that I've had from a tin. I mean, there's a lot of it there. 8 in the morning right now. I don't really know how much of this I want to eat. No, I feel like it's getting worse. The more I eat it, it's getting worse. I like haggis, but this is just It's just not it. What a weird couple of days this has been. I'm hoping lunch is going to be better. The next thing I'm trying, chicken vindaloo in a tin. Although I don't have any rice, because tinned rice isn't a thing. If tinned rice is a thing, tell me, and you know, fantastic. But tinned rice isn't a thing, so I'm having that. And I feel like it's meant to be really hot. It says 4 chili levels on here. I'm going to have some tomatoes with it. Just put them in there, maybe make it a little bit tomatoey, and maybe turn down the spice levels a little bit. Some questionable looking bits of chicken. I mean, it might be alright. We're also going to add a few tomatoes in there. This video hasn't actually turned out as inventive as I would like. The most inventive thing was probably that hash brown. But then equally, I suppose, this video was never how inventive can I be with a load of tins and nothing but tins. It was just how long am I going to last on all of that tinned food, and I think I kind of know the answer to that already. Here we go, it is what it is, and what it is a tin of vindaloo. Tindaloo, you could call it. So a bit of tindaloo, what do we think? There's a little bit of chicken right at the top, a bit of tinned chicken. Look at that. Oh yeah, tinned chicken. I'm here for it. I'm ready. That is the driest chicken I've ever had in my entire life. It's not good. The curry sauce, it's spicy, and I'm glad I added the tomatoes, but it's not that spicy. It's not a 4 chili heat level, that's for sure. The chicken has the texture of dried tuna. I can get behind the sauce again. I don't think I can get behind the chicken in a tin. Dinner today is a little bit of a weird one. I'll be using the leftover baked beans from breakfast this morning. And then I've got this stewed steak in a rich gravy. This goes off in July 2026, so it's got a good shelf life on it. And it is literally just beef pieces and gravy. Apparently there's no, I mean, it's got onion powder in it and a little bit of white pepper, so at least they season it. But then we're gonna put the mushrooms in it. Yeah, I got some mushrooms, I got some beef. Boom, beef mushrooms. It does say good to add to curries or stews, so I'm just gonna whack them straight in here, heat that up, heat up my beans, and that's dinner! These mushrooms have the best shelf life of everything so far. They go off in March 2028. Pretty much smells exactly like dinner yesterday. Just drained my mushrooms as well, and we'll whack those in. You don't get many, do you? That's it. That's dinner. Riley certainly seems to think this smells really good. Every bit individual, shall we? Well, first we know the beans are nice and cheesy. Hopefully that does help everything else here. Honestly, these might be my new go-to baked beans. Tinned mushroom now. Smells funky. No, we're not eating those. No. There's something about them. They taste like they smell. They do not smell good, and they taste not like a mushroom should taste. I love mushrooms. I love mushrooms. That is not getting eaten. Just try the beef at least. Again, it's like the chicken. It's just not good. It's very dry. No, it's more than that. This is worse than the chicken. Where I've got to in the last couple of days. If I'm just sick of tinned food and I need something fresh, I think it might well be that. But this piece of meat here, no, this is wrong on so many levels. I thought the haggis was bad. This brings it to a whole new level. No. I'm not eating that. Although luckily, there's one tin left. One bowl of sticky toffee pudding, rice pudding. Yeah, And this is actually my last tin. So we're gonna end this on a high. It's quite possibly the best thing that's come out of a tin in the last couple of days. Now excuse me while I never do a challenge like this again.